The NBA built defenses for giants, and it prepared for prodigies. But what happens when both show up together, rewriting the game before our eyes? The NBA is changing, fast. LeBron James is 40, and even though he still shows flashes of brilliance, retirement whispers grow louder every game. Steph Curry is 37, and while he remains a deadly shooter, his championship window is closing. James Harden looks more human with every passing season, and Joel Embiid's body reminds us that even MVPs can break down. We've entered what some are calling the parity era, a league where anything can happen, where no single team rules the landscape. Under Adam Silver's leadership, more franchises are winning than ever before. Compare that to David Stern's era, where only about 8 teams touched the trophy in 2 decades. This is the NBA's reset button. The kings of the past are fading, and a new generation is ready to grab the throne. And no team has timed this shift better than the San Antonio Spurs. June 25th, 2025. NBA Draft Night. The Spurs are on the clock with the number 2 overall pick. The room is electric. And then, Dylan Harper's name is called. Harper, fresh out of Rutgers, just 19 years old, already carries the DNA of a champion. His father, Ron Harper, won 5 rings alongside legends. His mother, Maria, coached him into a competitor who sees the game differently. His brother, Ron Harper Jr., already plays in the league. Dylan walks on stage with the confidence of someone who knows he belongs. And just like that, the Spurs pair him with Victor Wembanyama. Dylan's story isn't just about talent, it's about discipline. Growing up, he wasn't always the tallest or fastest, but he was always the most focused. Coaches talk about how he studies film like a veteran and never shies away from tough matchups. That's why his game feels more polished than most players his age, because every detail matters to him. This is no ordinary duo. This is a storm waiting to hit. Let's talk about Dylan Harper for a second. At Rutgers, he averaged 19.4 points, 4.6 rebounds, and 4 assists per game, shooting nearly 48%. But numbers don't capture him fully. He's left-handed, which already gives defenders nightmares. He's versatile, capable of playing point guard or shooting guard. He sees plays before they unfold. Most importantly, he has the mentality, the alpha confidence, the belief that he's better than his father in every way, except jumping. That's not cockiness. It's certainty born from preparation. He carries himself like a future star, and his pedigree screams winning. Now, place him alongside Victor Wembanyama. Victor's unlike anyone the league has ever seen. Standing somewhere between 7'3" and 7'5", he towers above opponents. But height alone doesn't define him. His rookie season showed exactly why the Spurs staked their future on it. 21.4 points, 10.6 rebounds, nearly 4 assists, and a ridiculous 3.6 blocks per game. What makes Victor even more special is how he handled the toughest moment of his young career. A blood clot nearly ended everything before it truly began. But instead of breaking down, he came back stronger. He doubled his training, leaned into recovery, and turned what could have been a setback into the reason he plays with even more urgency today. Defensively, he was already elite. Opponents shot over 8% worse at the rim when he was on the floor. His block rate? 5th highest in NBA history. And the scary part? He was only 21. But Wembanyama isn't just tall and skilled. He's disciplined. After his rookie season, he went on a 10-day retreat to a Shaolin temple in China. He trained in silence, practiced kung fu, meditated, adopted a vegan diet. His focus became sharper than ever. So now you have Harper, the confident, fiery alpha with championship blood, and Wembanyama, the disciplined giant with monk-like calm. One thrives on mental clarity, the other thrives on competitive fire. Together, they balance each other perfectly. But this isn't just about 2 stars. The Spurs have built a roster around them that's both dangerous and deep. At point guard, De'Aaron Fox. In his prime, explosive, capable of dropping 25+ on any given night. At small forward, Devin Vassell, an elite shooter who spaces the floor and locks down on defense. At power forward, Jeremy Sochan, the defensive quarterback who switches on everything and makes smart, unselfish plays. And then Harper at shooting guard, Wemby at center. That starting five: youth, athleticism, defense, scoring. All bases covered. On the bench, it gets even scarier. Stephon Castle, fresh off winning Rookie of the Year. Carter Bryant, the 14th pick, with a 7-foot wingspan and the drive to study Rudy Gobert's defensive habits. Harrison Barnes for veteran leadership, and a handful of other young pieces who bring energy every time they step on the floor. It's not just a team, it's a machine. And here's the kicker. Wembanyama, Harper, and Bryant are all on rookie contracts for the next 4 years. While other teams are struggling under the weight of max contracts, the Spurs have flexibility, depth, and a core that hasn't even reached its prime. The NBA is wide open, and the Spurs know it. The Nuggets have Nikola Jokic, but his supporting cast has been inconsistent. The Celtics are strong, but still beatable. The Lakers and Warriors, their legends are aging out. The timing couldn't be more perfect. The Spurs' dynasty window doesn't open in a few years. It opens now. And the league? They're nervous. Imagine being an opposing coach. You walk into the arena, and your whiteboard has 2 names circled in red: Harper and Wembanyama. How do you prepare for both? If you double Harper, Wembanyama feasts at the rim. If you pack the paint against Wemby, Harper slices through with drives and mid-range shots. Their games don't clash. They amplify each other. Harper thrives in the big moments, never afraid to take the last shot. Wembanyama thrives in the grind, shutting down possessions with his defense. It's yin and yang, fire and ice, and the Spurs culture makes it even more dangerous. This is the same franchise that turned late picks like Manu Ginobili, Tony Parker, and Kawhi Leonard into stars. The same system that built Tim Duncan's dynasty. Except this time, the foundation is even stronger. The Spurs have built more than just a lineup. They've built a culture. Veterans are guiding the younger players, and everyone is held accountable for defense, ball movement, and hustle. That energy is contagious, and it's the reason role players suddenly look like hidden gems when they put on a Spurs jersey. Some are already whispering Phil Jackson comparisons, not because of triangle offenses, but because of the mental edge, the focus on chemistry, the ability to stack alpha personalities without letting them collide. Think about it. Wembanyama and Harper aren't just teammates. They're 2 leaders with different strengths who elevate each other. Harper brings swagger. Wemby brings serenity. Together, they make San Antonio psychologically untouchable. But here's the real twist. The Spurs aren't supposed to be this good this soon. Teams usually take years to rebuild. But San Antonio has managed to draft, develop, and stack a young core right as the league enters uncertainty. That's why it's not just potential anymore, it's reality. Every game, every highlight, every clutch moment adds fuel to a dynasty that isn't waiting for the future. It's starting right now. And for the rest of the NBA, that's a problem, a huge problem. Because when you combine the world's tallest, most disciplined defender with a confident, championship-blooded guard, you don't just build a team, you build an empire. The Spurs know it, the fans know it, and deep down, every other team in the league knows it too. The dynasty isn't coming, it's already here. And that's the story. San Antonio's terrifying new reality. 2 young stars with completely different strengths, building one unstoppable foundation. What do you think? Can anyone actually stop this duo? Or are we already watching the next dynasty form? Drop your thoughts in the comments, hit like if you enjoyed this breakdown, and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss what's coming next. Catch you in the next one.